All right, our next interview for the Agricultural Recruiting Fair today is going to be Paoron Drake from the Two Sons Ranchers. So, can you tell us where you're located, and is this a guild, organization, or association?
Yeah, first off, just want to say I'm speaking here on behalf of our guild leader, Gimwan Drake, who could not make it today. So bear with me if I don't have all the answers. But to answer your first question, we are going to be located at the capital in Drake County. The shops and merchant facilities and houses are primarily going to be at the capital, but I think since we're going to be in the Rocky Foothills area, most of our crops and animal production facilities are going to be located a little bit further away, maybe down toward the grasslands areas.
All right, so is it considered a guild or organization or what?
It is a guild of agricultural minded individuals. Uh, we are primarily focused on getting money basically for ourselves so that we can expand our facilities and provide more resources to those who need them, including agricultural stuff like, well, plants, animals, mounts, pets. Basically, we want to cover the gambit of animal and plant products. Um, Go ahead.
Okay, so why did you decide to choose this profession for the guild?
Well, I actually came from Albion Online with another person in the Two Sons Ranchers Guild, where we focused on producing crops and to a small extent animals, mounts. So we have some experience in raising animals and crops in game. We know how tedious and time consuming it can be. Um, and it's just kind of what we like doing because we know that everybody's going to need and want crops and animals for one reason or another in game. So we know there is going to be a player base that's going to want to buy from us all the time.
I'm sure that's true. So you mentioned a couple different things. So you're going to be focusing on more than one type of product?
Correct. We have our guild leader, Gimwan Drake. He wants to focus on Trisons. He just wants to be a mass producer of Trisons. Then we have another person who wants to primarily produce crops to feed the livestock and the Trisons and whatnot. Also to produce food for the county. Then we have a couple people that just want to kind of focus on uh, mounts of all kinds. They also kind of produce a little bit of crops to feed their stuff, and then they're kind of more self-sufficient. Um, then we have one guy that just wants to go out and look for those rare animals and rare hides and horns and whatnot to bring them back into town. Be more of a ranger out in the field. Then he'll come back and report locations for tameable animals and look for new stock for the producers.
Hmm, sounds good. What type of players are you looking for, if any?
We want people who are going to be reliable, primarily reliable, because if we are relying on somebody to produce corn to feed our pigs, for example, and they don't log in that week, and our pigs starve, it's going to be detrimental to our production facilities. So we want somebody who's going to log in for as often as they need to. We're not really sure how often that's going to be based on the game mechanics, but maybe we're thinking an hour or two a day. Not maybe not every day if there's uh, enough people to support them not being online. Again, it's going to come down to game mechanics, but
Right.
roughly 10 hours a week or more would be probably ideal.
All right. Um, so is there anything you'd like undecided players to know about how you guys are going to manage things?
Undecided as far as.
Like if they haven't decided on a guild to join yet, you know.
Okay, yeah. We are. I think we have it pretty well planned out. Again, we want to sell our wares in the capital of Drake County. It's going to be kind of a bustling city environment. So people who might be interested in other things like adventuring. We have some ties with the Adventurers Guild, which will also be set up in the capital. So there's going to be opportunities for people to go out and explore and do the dungeon diving and all that, on their spare time when they're not focused on farming and setting up trade routes and stuff. There will be opportunities again, for things other than farming within our guild. But we are also planning on, as I said earlier, setting up farms in the outskirts and the grasslands. So there's going to be some travel involved, some opportunities for maybe bandit encounters. There's going to be some excitement in there. I think we're going to have kind of position for everybody.
Okay. Will you be trying to expand outside of your duchy, or you're just planning pretty much going to stick with your duchy?
I think we're pretty much going to stick with our duchy, the Rhinelands. Um, at this time, there's not any foreseen plans on moving outside the county because we think we're going to have enough people in our immediate area to provide resources to. Uh, if for some reason we are producing so much in the future that we have to expand outside the duchy to make trade deals, then we will deal with that when it comes.
Mm. Um, so you don't, do you have any trading partners at this time or arrangements with other guilds?
Not to my knowledge, no.
Okay. Uh, so you mentioned something about Albion, so I'm assuming you've farmed or done something like that in other games as well. That makes you like it.
Yeah, I find it relaxing, and I find that a lot of our people who are interested in farming find it relaxing. Just log in and tend to your crops. It's kind of a passive way to earn money. Um, you log in for an hour or two, water the plants, and do your work, and you know it's going to pay off. It's kind of comforting.
um, oh, about how much time each week do you plan to spend, or do you think you might need to spend on doing that particular just farming?
Well, it also depends on not only the game mechanics, but how much do you want to produce? Do you want to just focus on horses? You can just have one parcel in the stable and a few horses, and maybe you'll be the best horse producer in the guild. If you want to expand, maybe pick up a few more parcels, add in chickens and trisons and ursifants, and kind of expand your inventory. It will take more time to do that, but if you have the time, you're welcome in the guild to do that. Um, we're not forcing anybody to produce one particular thing. I myself will invest probably 5 hours a day on farming, um, at least 5 days a week, so about 25 hours a week. I don't really enjoy going out and doing the other things, well, historically in other games, because I don't like getting, ganked for my stuff, basically. So I tend to stay within the vicinity of town, where the guards are at, nice and safe.
Okay.
But there's plenty. I think there's going to be plenty of opportunities for people who maybe only log in 5 hours a week to produce a crop of soybeans or whatever it is you're going to want to produce.
Right.
If that's your play style, I have seen people like that. They just want to log in and water the plants and log out. It's
Mm-hmm.
totally fine as long as you're producing something for the guild.
Sounds good. All right. Well, our time's about up. So, do you want to tell us anything else about the guild before we stop? Okay. And if not, then thank you for coming.
Yeah, you're welcome. I'm sorry I couldn't add anything additional. I've only been in it for a few weeks now. Before